Thanks for joining me in my next video. Today I'm going to be changing the shocks on the hood of my 2007 Honda Accord. It's a pain whenever I'm trying to keep the hood open to do some work or just refill the container for the windshield wiper. It doesn't stay open. Over time it was getting loose and loose. It would actually stay open and then slowly come down. I picked up these new shocks on AliExpress. I know it takes a long time to get these things, but I wasn't in any rush, so it didn't matter when they were going to come. So basically it includes the two clips here, the brackets where the shocks go onto, and in the box we've got the two shocks. Let me just try to get these out. Okay, so I've got the two shocks, come in plastic, and pretty much going to replace it. And here's the shocks. So these are expanded. When they're compressed, it'll probably come up to about here when the hood is closed. So I'm going to open up the hood, support it with a little cleaner I have here for the snow. It's winter now, so I've got this handy dandy thing. I'm just going to use this to support my hood while I work on it. So I'm just going to open up the hood and support it just at the front here. I'll support it like this. Put this up here, and so I've got supported up here and just up against the latch here so it won't slip. So it'll allow me to change the shocks. Yes, you can see the remnants of snow. That's why I'm in my garage working on this. So here are the clamps I'm going to remove. And down here. So let me get the appropriate tools to remove this. That's what it looks like. If it looks all greasy, it's because I get the car winterized. So I'm going to remove these two bolts holding the bracket. It's a number 10 socket. So it's all one piece here, so hence why the new unit came with its own bracket. So to remove this piece here, you just need to unscrew this. So now that's off, I'm going to screw the new one in there. So there's no need to remove anything here other than just unscrew it. Let me get the new one. So this is the new one. It actually has a new connector on it, but I'm just going to unscrew this and just keep the one that's on the car. Okay, so I'm just going to screw this in. As you can see, just screwed into there. So I can't just reuse the existing connector I just unscrewed, because if you look, the old one's on top and the new one's on the bottom. The actual bolt is it's a lot thicker, the diameter on the new one, than it is on the old one. So I'm going to have to use the clip that came with the new one, and this is it. So as you can see, I'll show you here. That's where it screws into, and this is where it goes connected to the bracket. So to remove this clip, since I can't use it because the diameter's bigger on the new shock, and this is the new one, there is a clip. I'll show you on the new one. There is a clip. See, if you look inside, there's that steel clip inside there. You can actually pry that out from the top here. There's a little indentation, a little screwdriver inside there, and pop that up. So to remove this clip, I'll just face it this way. There's a little indentation that you need to get your screwdriver inside here. And there's a metal clip that you need to kind of pry up. So get your screwdriver in there, pry the clip up a bit, and as you can see, it's starting to come out, and that's enough to release it. So I'm going to put the new one in. So I've got the clip up on this with the screwdriver, and I'm going to proceed to just put it in. There you go. And then just remove my screwdriver. Sorry, you can't see that. And now it's in place. So now I'm screwing the new shock into the support here. It doesn't have to be too tight, so I'm just going to tighten a little bit. And there you go. So this part is in now. So I'm going to put the new bracket that came with the shock onto these supports and then mount it. So I'm just going to screw the shock, this end here, into the bracket on this part here. I'm going to do that off camera. It's hard to do with one hand. So I just connected it. This is what it looks like. And now I'm going to mount it over here. So I actually had to drill out the holes on the bracket on the new shocks. They just didn't line up properly with the screws on the bolt holes for the on the car. So I actually just put it up against the old one. And let me just put it up here so I can show you. So, not sure you can see, I had to actually just drill it out just a bit, they were a little bit short, so I just drilled it out slightly. So I'm going to mount it now. So it's all mounted. I ended up having to drill the holes quite a bit just on the bracket because it was not lining up with the holes on the hood. So that's all in place, all secured. And I'll proceed to do the other side. So I finished installing the second one on the left side, and as you can see now, it stays up on its own, which is good. So now I can fill up my windshield washer fluid without having to hold it with one hand and maneuver with the other. So as I indicated earlier, I had to drill out the brackets. These holes on the brackets were not aligning with the holes on the hood. They were a little bit smaller, so I just used a drill with a metal bit and just kind of finagled it in there back and forth to winding up the hole a bit. So I did that on both sides. So just to recap, you have to remove the two brackets here, remove the two screws, from the bracket. Unscrew the shock from the piece over here, and then use a little screwdriver to pop up the clip, and then pry that little bracket off of the thing here. Thanks for joining me on this video, and please subscribe to my channel. Thank you.